Hi, it's Ann Poirier from Shaping Perspectives, and this is a lower body kind of core workout with a little bit of stretching. Should take you about 15 minutes and just kind of a little bit of a circuit, get you warmed up, get you moving around. So hope you enjoy it. Take it at your own pace. I will be talking about some modifications as we go. So you're going to just need a chair. I have a tennis ball there to do a little bit of rolling on the bottom of the foot. I also have a weight in case you need it, and a mat for the floor. So we're going to start out in the chair and have some fun. So you're going to start out seated in the chair, nice and tall, shoulders back, and so we're kind of do a warm-up. I'm on the side so that you can see what's going on with my body. So we're going to start with a march. So you're just going to march in place in the chair. So you're getting the core involved, you're standing up nice and tall, the shoulders are back, shoulders are down so they're not hunched up, relaxing the shoulders down, and just marching in place for a little bit. So we're kind of warming the body up here. The higher the knees, obviously the harder the work. The lower the knees, the easier the work. And we're going to kind of put together a little bit of a warm-up circuit here, and we're going to do it a couple of times through to get you warmed up and moving. So after you do that, I want you to stand with the feet about shoulder width apart, nice and tall through the body, pushing through the heels. We are going to stand up from the chair all the way up, nice and tall, and then slowly sit back down. We're going to do it 3 times. You ready? Here we go. Drive up through the heels. So push through the heels and then come gently down and sit. Drive up through the heels, come gently down and sit. Just one more time. Drive up through the heels and come down and sit. Now, if that bothers your knees, what I'm going to have you do is do maybe 1, because we still have to get up. It's functional. And then come back down and march. Okay? From here. Again, tall and lifted. Extending one leg, flexing the foot. Foot is flexed, and you're going to lift the thigh up, off the chair. Now, this looks really easy, but I guarantee you it is not. It is working the quadricep. So you're really tight through the quadricep and you're pushing up. So it's just a lift and a lower. And you should feel that quadricep working. About 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now from there, I want you to just release and bend it down. Extend the other leg. Flex that foot nice and strong and lift. So we're doing about 10 reps here, getting our quadricep to engage. If you have any knee problems, really, really important to keep that quadricep strong or get that quadricep stronger, because the stronger that we can get that quadricep, the better the knee behaves for us and works for us. About 2 more. I am not really counting, but that's okay. And down. And release. Now from here we're going to kind of open up a little bit. So you're going to bring the hands behind the head, draw the shoulders back, and you're going to rotate as far as you can to one side. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, rotate as far as you can to one side. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. We're going to do 3 of these. And then come on back. And then one press to the side. And come on back, and you got 1 more. Press, and come on back. Last one. Press, and come on back. Releasing down, march. So if you want to put on some fun music, anything that you like, a playlist is always a great way to kind of get you out of the state that you're in and move you into a different state. So it's nice to have a couple of different playlists that you can utilize to kind of get you moving and feeling good. So I'm going to have you keep marching, and that what we're going to do is go through that set 1 more time. So you're nice and tall, shoulders are down, 8, 7, 6. Get my heart rate going a little bit. Good. And relax, leg comes out, flex that foot, and lift. Again, nice and tall. And you can feel that hopefully through that quad. Keep breathing. 1 more. And in. Extend the other leg. Flex that foot and lift. Good. Hitting that quadricep. Good. Relaxing down. Now we're going to do 3 more stand-ups. Again, your level. So you can do the 3, you can do 1, you can just march. So marching in place if you don't want to, drive through the heels, drive up through the heels and come on up, and release down, drive up through the heels and come up, and release down. One more time, drive up through the heels and come up, and release down. Good. Now from here, this time adding on to this, so you're open, nice in chest. So the chest is open, elbows back. Rotate, then you're going to tilt just a little bit. You should feel that from the outer side here. And then come back up and center. Rotate and tilt back. I think about the teapot, right? So you're getting a little, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Love that song. And you got one more. Rotate, tilt, and back, and rotate, tilt, and back. Good. All right, so now you're going to come on up. Stand on up and come on back here. So you're now behind your chair. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to tilt this just a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. Okay. From this position, what we're going to do is start with a squat. So feet about shoulder width apart, and you're holding on to the bench for the chair for a little bit of support. And you're going to drop back, hips back, and then come on up. Try to keep the chest as lifted as you can. Now this can be many different levels, right? You can utilize the chair for a little bit of weight if you need to. If not, you're going to slide back a little bit and try not to use the chair too much. It depends on how comfortable you are, how far down you go, right? Little baby squat. So hitting those quadriceps again, right? We're getting that front of that thigh. That's what we're working on. 2 more. And then we're going to move out to the hamstring. So you're going to slide one leg back, flex the foot again, and you're going to squeeze up and tap the toe to the floor. Squeeze, tap. So you'll notice that my supporting leg is slightly bent. I am trying to keep the weight on my heel versus my toe, and I'm squeezing the hamstring. Squeeze as it comes up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then you're going to hold it up and stay tall here so the hips are squared and push straight out. So this is working the glute. So we're going to contract through the glute and just push straight out. You'll feel this in the hamstring as well, but you're staying tall. So this is what we don't want right here. So you're up tall, abs in tight. Push, push, push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to switch sides. So you're going to bring that leg back, toes down, bend the knee, flex the foot, squeeze, and tap. So again, really contracting, contracting, contracting through that hamstring. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Keep going. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're bringing that leg up, flexing that foot, and pushing straight back. Push, 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 push. Again, contracting through that hamstring, squeezing through that hamstring. So the glute is tight, you're up tall and lifted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now I've got my tennis ball right here. You can see it. And it's on the ground, and I'm just going to roll the bottom of my foot. So I'm kind of combining some exercises with some myofascial release. If you find a little spot there that hurts, just kind of dig in a little bit more. Tennis balls are fairly soft, so this is something that can open up that fascia on the bottom of the heel. It's connected from the bottom of the foot all the way up to the top of your head. So we're connected all the way up. And then the switched feet. This is something you can do every single day. It's great for your flexibility and your mobility, believe it or not. It starts at the foot. So about 30 seconds on each side. And then what we're going to do is move to the outer thigh a little bit. So you're standing again behind, supporting one leg, and you're just going to squeeze straight out. Now do just as many as you can here, right? because at some point if you have a leg that's hard to support, just stop and switch legs. And switch to the other side. Flex and squeeze. Tight, tight, tight. Squeezing out through that outer thigh. Good. And release. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the chair aside. So the chair comes aside. And I'm going to roll out the mat. And we're going to do a few things right down on the floor with the mat and the stability ball. So I'm going to come and tilt that so you can see me. And I do have a stability ball here as well. So I'm going to tilt this just a touch so you can see a little bit down. There you go. So the key with the stability ball is there's all kinds of things you can do with it. Okay, before you even get down, I'm going to have you just kind of lie over the top and see if you can lie right down on the top like this. I'm going to slide it back just a touch and come over. So this is great for the glutes. I call it whale's tail. You bring the feet together and lift and lower. You can do this off the ball, right on the ground if you don't have a ball. Of course, the movement is much smaller, and I'll do a few for you when we get down there, but you can certainly lift and lower, just like so. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you come up, flex the feet and just drive up. Hits the glutes and the hamstrings. And this comes from Pilates. You flex the feet, your heels are in, and I call these heel beats. So your toes are turned out a little bit, and you're just beating the heels together and squeezing the glutes. And if you were on the floor, these same exercises can be done here. Whale tail, lift, and heel beats. You're just lifting the thighs to contract the glutes and the lower back. After this series, you want to stretch the lower back. So you can come up into cat stretch, round the back, chin to chest, drop the head. And then one more time, around the back. And release. Good, I'm going to have you flip over onto your back now for a moment. So while you're down here, we're going to use the ball for some hamstring work. I'm going to give you, this is called the triple threat. We're going to give you 3 exercises for the hamstrings and the glutes. The first is a bridge. So when you lie down, rotate your palms up so the palms are up. This opens the chest because we are so forward during our day. Open the chest up. Both feet are on, and you're just going to lift and lower. Lift and release. Lift and release. Lift and release. So you're engaging the hamstrings and the glutes, and the core is firing up as well. Up and down. Up and down. Squeezing and squeezing. 4 more. 3, 2, trying to get up there, and a 1. Go ahead, roll the ball in, place your feet on. Now the feet are on, palms are still up, lift. So you can see that I'm getting much higher here. Think about putting your whole foot on there. If you feel this in your calf, what's happening is usually you're driving through your heel, and you want to try to roll that toe onto the ball. And that will take that usually out of your calf. One more. Good. Now, the last one in the triple threat. So we have the straight leg bridge here. We have the feet on, lift here. And this is called a toe bridge. So you extend the ball out. So you'll see my legs are almost extended. My feet are on, my toes are pointed, and I'm going to lift from here. Those a small movement, and bang, it really contracts those hamstrings pretty tight and pretty quick. So the legs fairly straight. One more. Bend it in, feet flat, lift and lower. So I'm kind of giving you a few sets here to move through. Palms up. I tend to want to turn them down. One more. Legs extended, feet are on, so full on, just a bridge. So it's not the toes, it's extended leg. The leg is on there. So I'm going through 2 sets of the hamstrings like we did the 2 sets of the quads. Hamstrings are another important component, of course, when we talk about the knee. So many people have trouble with that knee joint. We really got to make sure that those hamstrings and quads stay strong. And one more set of toe bridges. Toes on and lift. These are always really hard for me. You can feel that hamstring kicking in right away for me. Good. All right, come on in with that ball if you can grab onto it. Now hands come underneath the glutes to kind of support the back a little bit. And you're holding on. I want you to just soften the knees and squeeze the ball, release. Squeeze and release. So this is the adductor. Adducting, adding the legs together. So you're pushing the legs into the ball, squeezing the inner thighs, getting a contraction through that inner thigh. And something that can be really quite difficult is to bend and extend the legs here, keeping the legs up, holding on to that ball. You can try a set of these if you'd like. And if that is uncomfortable and you do not like that one, just keep that squeeze. And if the ball is too big, if you have a really big ball and this is really uncomfortable, find either a small ball or you can roll up a big towel and use a towel between your feet to squeeze in, or a playground ball or a smaller ball, something that gives a little bit, that's soft. Good. And I'm going to hold on to that ball for a second. Now we're going to do a core exercise. So you're in this position. I'm going to have you inhale. As you exhale, roll the shoulders up. You're going to drop one leg down and the ball goes overhead, and then come back up. Other leg down and back up. If this puts pressure on your spine, you drop the leg not as far. Only go as far as you're comfortable going. You're keeping the core nice and tight here. You're getting some range of motion from the shoulder. Take breaks whenever you need to. We got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And release. And roll yourself up. Great job. The last one, if you choose, is a plank. So you can plank on the ball, which is kind of fun. This is hard though, so try it from your knees first. So you just roll the ball out in front of you. You're on your forearms, nice and strong and stable. Contract your belly If you'd like, you can try to pull your knees up off the ground and hold that position. You might try one leg and one leg up, right? You might try just moments so that you're up for just a little bit of time. This is a great core exercise. It's also great for the shoulders and through the scapula. You can do that standing, which is even harder, but this is another plank, right? So plank here, plank here. Let's see, it's kind of hanging, but so here's your plank. If you feel it in your back, that means your butt's dropping. Lift it up a little bit, right? You can do a knee plank and a forearm plank. So I'm just going to pause for about 30 seconds, not even. So pick your plank. Pause. You can shift your plank any way you want. And finish yourself up. And I am sweating. It's a little bit hot up here. So I'm going to come back in. And I hope that you have enjoyed, this little mini workout. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much for coming in. If you have any questions, please email me at ann@shapingperspectives.com. Thank you.